In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you all about how to get up and running quickly with PaintShop Pro. Once you get started, you'll be amazed by how much you can do. But rest assured, there are a number of learning tools to help you find your way. When you start up PaintShop Pro, you'll be greeted by a welcome guide, packed with tutorials and courses to help you master PaintShop Pro faster. The Get More tab gives you access to a variety of free and premium content, including plugins, scripts and brushes for use in PaintShop Pro. For even more creative options, you can also purchase applications that complement PaintShop Pro. Next, a friendly guided tour will show you around the interface, pointing out key features so that you can be successful faster. Once you've been through the tour, you can simply choose Finish and the guided tour will close until the next time you launch PaintShop Pro. If you feel you've grasped all the information, you can always tick Don't show this message again, and it will not reappear. Let me now introduce you to the PaintShop Pro interface and where to find its most useful tools. PaintShop Pro has 3 workspaces: Manage, Adjust and Edit, that reflect the way we most commonly work with photos. The Manage workspace is where you import, preview and manage your photos, and it's where you'll normally start. The second tab opens the Adjust workspace. This is where you have quick access to the most commonly used tools to adjust your photos. You'll be using the Edit workspace when you're ready to start editing in detail, designing, compositing, or working with templated photo and graphic design projects. Here you'll find a full set of advanced professional level tools, including layers, levels and curves, text tools, and drawing and painting tools. Alright, let's go back to the Manage workspace and bring some photos into PaintShop Pro. You can browse for photos on your computer by using the Collections and Computer tabs in the navigation palette. Collections displays a custom list of catalogue folders and a list of virtual collections. Computer displays a list of all folders and devices on your computer. I'm going to start by importing photos into a catalogue to take full advantage of file management features such as tags, captions and ratings so that I can easily find and sort my photos. Browse More Folders lets me select the folders I want to work with. As soon as I select a folder in the navigation palette, thumbnails of all the photos within the folder are instantly displayed. Now I can manage my photos using tags. To add a tag, click Tags and then Add Tags. Name the tag and click OK. The new tag appears in the tags list. To assign a tag to one or more images, select and drag images from the Organizer palette into a tag in the tags list. Removing an unwanted tag is as simple as right-clicking and selecting Delete. You can also tag people in your photos, either manually or with face recognition. In the Organizer palette found at the bottom of your screen, click the Find People button on the Organizer toolbar. Choose one of the following options: Scan selected photos, Scan current folder, Scan subfolders. A helpful Getting Started dialog box will pop up with instructions to help you use this feature. Navigate to the folder containing the images that you want to sort. After you run face recognition, the photos are sorted into groups of people and placed in a folder called Unnamed. Click in the title bar of a group and type a name for the group. Hit Enter. All photos in the group are tagged with the name, which you'll see appear in the navigation palette under the Find People icon. You can also import friends from a sharing site by clicking a name in the people list. and then clicking the icon that corresponds to the sharing site from which you want to import your friends list. If you are not currently logged into the sharing site, you'll be asked to log in and allow Corel PaintShop Pro to access the site. Tagging people manually is done from preview mode by selecting the photo that you want to tag. Under the People tab in the Info palette, click Tag Person. A square frame appears in the centre of the photo in the preview window. Click in the Here's This box. A name picker appears showing a local name list as well as the contacts from sharing sites that you have imported. Type a name in the box and click Add New Person or choose an existing name. There are also several ways to add information about the locations where your photos were taken. To add location information manually, click the Map Mode button in the upper right corner of the Manage Workspace. In the Organizer palette, select all photos that you want to tag with a specific location. If no photos are selected, the location tag will be added to all photos in the current folder. Do one of the following. Start typing the name of the location in the search box and choose a location from the list that appears. Or click the Add Location button and then click directly on the map to tag the selected photos with the chosen location. You can also type latitude and longitude in the boxes under the Places tab in the Info palette. This option is available in Map, Thumbnail and Preview modes. A location marker is added to the map, and a marker also appears in the lower right corner of each tagged photo. To copy and paste location information, select the photo from which you wish to copy the information. In the Info palette, click the Places tab and click Copy. Select one or more photos to which you want to add the copied location information and click Paste. Now location tags are added to the photos. To import location information, select the photos for which you want to import location information. Click the Import Location Info button and follow the instructions in the helpful Getting Started dialog box. The Manage Workspace also has two great sharing features, Share and Share My Trip. Share lets you share to Facebook, Flickr and Google+ directly from PaintShop Pro. And Share My Trip uses location data to share your photos on Facebook mapped by location. What's more, in PaintShop Pro you can apply star rating to photos to rate them from poor to great. The more stars applied, the better the photo. You can also add tags and captions and apply star ratings to photos, similar to some of the functionality in the navigation palette. The Info palette on the right side of the interface allows you to view, add and edit information about your photos, such as file name, size and creation date, as well as EXIF and IPTC metadata. Adding and updating photo information makes it easier to organise and search for your photos. For example, you can search by caption text. Now you can sort your photos in many different ways, thanks to the tags and ratings you just applied, and the EXIF information that your camera captured. Simply click the Sort By drop-down list on the Organizer toolbar when in thumbnail mode. There are many other features in the Managed Workspace, like Zoom, and different modes of preview on the Preview toolbar at the top, and Rotate buttons, Auto Group, and other organisational options in the Organiser palette at the bottom. Explore at your own will, and don't forget to have fun. The Adjust Workspace is a great uncluttered area for quick and basic photo adjustments and quick fixes using the Adjust tools on the left, and adding effects by using the Effects palettes on the right. If you are just getting started in photo editing or only have a few minutes before you share them, then this is the workspace to use. Here you can use the Crop tool to remove unwanted portions of, or to draw attention to, another area of the image. You can either crop freehand by clicking and dragging the corners or sides of the crop tool to your liking, or use crop presets to crop to common image sizes such as 4 by 6 inches or 10 by 15 centimeters. The Straighten tool can help you easily straighten crooked images by aligning a straightening bar with an image feature such as a building or horizon. Simply drag each handle of the straightening bar to align it with the part of the image that you want to straighten. On the Tool Options palette, choose one of the following options from the Mode drop-down list. Auto automatically straightens the image based on the position of the straightening bar. Make Vertical rotates the image to make the straightening bar vertical. Make Horizontal rotates the image to make the straightening bar horizontal. Click the Apply button. Removing Red Eye with the Red Eye tool is as easy as a click. The Red Eye tool replaces the red colour in the subject's pupil with a dark grey colour, restoring a natural look. Just adjust the size of the red eye control so that the pointer is about twice the size of the red area needing correction. Position the pointer directly over the eye and click. You can quickly improve the appearance of the subjects in your photos by performing the following cosmetic changes. Remove blemishes by using the Blemish Fixer mode of the Makeover tool. Whiten teeth by using the Toothbrush mode. Fix bloodshot eyes by using the Eyedrop mode. Looking too pale? Add suntan by using the Suntan mode. You can thin a photo subject by using the Thinify mode. You can remove flaws and objects in your images by using the Clone Brush tool or the Object Remover tool. The Clone Brush tool lets you remove flaws and objects by painting over them with another part of the image. The paint source can be part of the same layer, another layer in the image, a merged image, or a layer from another image. If you have a camera that captures depth information, XDM metadata, you can apply adjustments or instant effects to specific areas of photos by using the depth selection feature in the Adjust workspace. The depth is based on the distance between a special depth sensor on a camera and the objects captured in the photo. To select an area based on depth information, use the navigator in the Organiser palette to navigate to a photo that includes depth information. In the Adjust palette, click Depth Selection. Click the Enable Selection checkbox to display a selection marquee. Drag the markers on the depth range slider to set the minimum and maximum distance for the selection. You can view the selection in the preview area. To fine-tune the selection, drag the size slider to set a brush size and do any of the following. Click Add and in the preview area, drag over the edge of the area that you want to select. Click Remove and in the preview area, drag over the selected area that you want to deselect. If you want to invert the selection, mark the Invert Selection checkbox. If you're not sure what adjustments to make to a photo, you can apply Smart Photo Fix and see if you like the results. The Suggest Settings button automatically applies a predetermined set of colour balancing and sharpening corrections to your photo and gives you the ability to further fine-tune. Or manually adjust your photos with adjustment tools like White Balance, Brightness and Contrast, Fill Light and Clarity, Vibrancy, Local Tone Mapping, High Pass Sharpen, and Digital Noise Remover. With easy slider controls that render previews of the most commonly used adjustment tools in real time, you can play around with your photo settings until it's just perfect. Over on the right, you can quickly apply preset effects by using the Instant Effects palette. First, choose an effect from any of the available categories in the drop-down list. Click once and the effect automatically displays in the Instant Effects palette. Click twice and you'll apply the effect to your photo. A handy instruction screen teaches you how Instant Effects works. Adding more than one effect will combine or stack effects, and Revert will remove them. In the Organizer palette of the Adjust workspace, you have the ability to customize your menu to show tools that you want to see and hide the ones you don't. You'll notice many of the same tools that you know from Manage Workspace can also be accessed here, such as star ratings or Find People, for example. And if you want to access folders and images directly from Adjust, you can click on the navigation icon in the Organizer palette to bring up the collections and computer navigation options you are familiar with from the Manage Workspace. Remember to take time to explore all the features in Adjust. You'll be up and running in no time in this easy-to-master, no-nonsense workspace. As you can see, the Edit workspace has a wide range of professional photo editing tools, many of them only found in much more expensive applications. The Tools toolbar is located on the far left, and tool options change when a different tool is selected. Along the top are menu items, and along the right is the Materials palette, where I can choose colours, patterns, textures and gradients. Underneath that is my Layers palette, where I can stack images, change their order, opacity, and how they blend together. I can precisely organise my edits and effects in this way. This is very useful for making photo composites, posters, or other projects. On the far right is a very useful area for new users. The Learning Centre covers a number of topics and tools to help you learn how to use PaintShop Pro quickly and effectively. You can search for a task in the Learning Centre, and PaintShop Pro will both highlight the tool you need to use and teach you how to use it. You can select any tool in the toolbar and instructions on how to use that tool will be displayed. For more help and learning options, go to the Help menu. You'll find Product Help, the user guide, and a link to a wide range of tutorial videos. To get started in the Edit workspace, you can access files by clicking the navigation icon to bring up the navigation palette. Or if you want to start with a blank canvas, go to File, New, or click the New icon on the top left. Or if you want to use a project template to get you started even faster, go to File, New from Template, or click on the New from Template icon, which sits right next to the New icon. Here in the Blank Canvas tab, you can select from a number of preset canvas types and sizes, or create your own. New from Template is just like it sounds. Here you can start your project with a professional looking template instead of from scratch. These free and premium templates automatically open in PaintShop Pro after downloading and have labelled layers to instruct you. Drop in photos and further customise to make it your own. I'm going to start with my photo that's already in the Edit workspace. Let me quickly take you through the tools of the Edit workspace. You'll notice some of these tools are found in the Adjust workspace as well. Zoom zooms in when you left click or zooms out when you right click. You can drag to define an area for zooming. Pan lets you control which part of the image is visible in the image window. The Pick tool moves, rotates and reshapes raster layers and selects and modifies vector objects. Move moves a raster layer or vector layer on the canvas. Auto Selection selects the edges of an area automatically when you enclose the area in a selection rectangle. The Smart Selection brush selects the edges of an area automatically when you brush over a sample area. The Selection tool creates a geometrically shaped selection such as a rectangle, ellipse or triangle. Freehand selection creates an irregularly shaped selection. The Magic Wand tool makes a selection based on pixel values within a specified tolerance level. The dropper lets you choose the foreground or stroke colour by left-clicking, or the background and fill colour by right-clicking. The Crop tool, as seen in the Adjust workspace, trims and eliminates unwanted edges. The Straighten tool, also in the Adjust workspace, rotates a crooked photo to straighten it. Perspective correction squares the perspective of buildings or other objects that appear to be leaning. The Red Eye, Makeover and Clone tools all work in exactly the same fashion as we've already seen in the Adjust workspace. Red Eye quickly corrects the red eye effect, often seen in flash photography. The Makeover tool provides 5 modes: Blemish Fixer, Toothbrush, Eye Drop, Suntan and Thinify, which lets you apply cosmetic fixes to subjects in your photos. The Clone tool removes flaws and objects by painting over them with another part of the image. Right-click to choose the source area and drag with the left mouse button to paint. The Scratch Remover tool removes wrinkles, wires and similar linear flaws from digital photos, and removes scratches from scanner photos. The Object Remover covers unwanted elements of a photo with a neighbouring texture in the same photo. The paintbrush lets you paint on your image with colours, textures or gradients. The airbrush simulates painting with an airbrush or spray can. Lighten, Darken lightens areas as you drag, or darkens areas as you drag with the right mouse button. This effect is stronger than the effect produced by the Dodge and Burn tools. Dodge lets you lighten areas of a photo by clicking. Or darken areas by right-clicking. Burn lets you darken areas of a photo by left-clicking. Or lighten areas by right-clicking. The Smudge tool smears pixels by picking up new colours as you drag. Or pushes pixels by not picking up new colours as you drag with the right mouse button. The Push tool pushes pixels by not picking up new colours as you drag. Or smears pixels by picking up colours as you drag with the right mouse button. The Soften tool softens pixels as you drag. Or sharpens pixels as you drag with the right mouse button. Sharpen sharpens pixels as you drag. Or soften pixels as you drag with the right mouse button. Emboss creates an embossed effect by suppressing colour and tracing edges as you drag. Saturation up, down makes colours more vivid as you drag. Or less vivid as you drag with the right mouse button. Hue up or down shifts the hue values of pixels up as you drag, or shifts them down as you drag with the right mouse button. Change to target recolours pixels while retaining detail. The colour replacer replaces the background or fill colour with the foreground or stroke colour when you click and drag. Or it replaces the foreground and stroke colour with the background and fill colour when you right click and drag. The eraser tool erases raster layer pixels to transparency. The background eraser tool erases around the edges of areas you want to keep in a photo. Flood fill fills pixels of a similar tolerance level with the current foreground stroke material when you click. Or with the current background fill material when you right click. Colour Changer changes the colour of an object while preserving the shading and luminosity of the original colour. Gradient Fill allows you to apply a gradient that you can adjust interactively. The Picture Tube tool places picture tubes, theme-based artistic elements, in your image. Use the Text tool to add text to your image. With the Preset Shape tool, you can add predefined shapes such as callouts, arrows and starbursts to your image. The rectangle creates a rectangle or square, and the ellipse creates an ellipse or circle. Symmetric shape creates symmetrical or star-shaped objects. The pen tool creates connected or unconnected lines and freehand curves. The warp brush shrinks, grows, twists, or distorts pixels. The mesh warp distorts a photo by dragging points along an overlay grid. Airbrush, chalk, pastel, crayon, colour pencil, marker and watercolour brushes simulate brushstrokes or drawing, much like using the tools in real life. And the palette knife simulates applying oil paint with a knife instead of a brush. The smear tool smears whatever pigment you've applied to an art media layer. And the eraser erases whatever pigment you've applied to an art media layer. Okay, now that you know the tools in the Tools toolbar, let's do a quick run through of the Materials palette. Corel PaintShop Pro lets you paint, draw and fill with a variety of styles and materials. And the Materials palette is where you can find all sorts of colours, gradients and patterns for your designs. The main components of the Materials palette include the Swatches tab, which displays swatches for the currently selected palette. Swatches are materials you can save to use again. The HSL Map tab, which displays a saturation and lightness box that you can click to adjust the currently selected colour, or click to adjust a new colour that you select by dragging the slider on the colour bar. The Sliders tab displays sliders and value boxes that you can use to set a colour in the following colour spaces: RGB, HSL, CMYK, Lab and WebSafe. You can also set a shade using grayscale. Foreground and stroke and background and fill properties boxes display the current foreground and background materials, which consist of the style, colour gradient or pattern, and optional texture. You can click either box to display the Material Properties dialog box, in which you can set material options. These boxes can be used in the following ways. You can use foreground materials for brush strokes and background materials for fills. When you apply strokes with a brush, clicking lets you paint with a foreground material and right-clicking lets you paint with a background material. When you are using the art media tools, you can set the foreground colour for the pigment that you apply to the canvas. For text and vector shapes, you can set the foreground colour for the stroke or outline of the text or shape, and the background colour for the fill of the text or shape. The Style button shows which style is currently selected, colour, gradient or pattern. To change between the most recently selected colour, gradient and pattern, you can click the Style button and select a new style from the drop-down list. Note that these options are disabled for the art media tools, which use only solid colours. The Texture button turns the current texture on or off. The Set to Black and White button sets the foreground to black and the background to white. This is helpful when you use the Edit Selection command. The Transparent button specifies whether the foreground or the background material is transparent. You use a transparent material primarily with vector objects and text. A transparent foreground has no outline, only the objects or letters are filled. And a transparent background has no fill, only the objects or letters are outlined. This button is unavailable for tools that require a foreground or background material. The All Tools checkbox specifies whether the selected foreground and background materials apply to all tools. If the checkbox is unmarked, the selected material applies only to the active tool. Finally, I'll give you a rundown on layers, a very useful feature for photo editing and graphic design. Layers lets you separate edits so you can change a layer without affecting the content of other layers. Some layers are created automatically. Note the text I created earlier was automatically placed on a new layer. Layer styles are effects that can be added to an individual layer. Here I can add effects such as a drop shadow and emboss. There's so much in the Edit workspace that this video can only scratch the surface. But with the many learning tools available to you, like the Learning Center and video tutorials, you'll be a PaintShop Pro in no time. So there you have it, a getting started guide to PaintShop Pro. I hope that you found it helpful.